An unconsciously present aspect of our personality is the shadow functions. When our dominant functions are having trouble coming up with a solution or handling stress, the shadow one shows up. Your shadow side may feel like the polar opposite of your regular self, depending on how it manifests. Here are shadow types of MBTI personalities. Number 1. ISTJ. ISTJs are dependable, diligent, practical, and sensible people who thrive on preparation. As parents, business owners, or community leaders, ISTJs encourage their team to keep working towards its objective. ISTJs are meticulous and aware of the value of a well-thought-out plan. Because of their shadow functions, ISTJs may question their choices and experience uncertainty when looking for fresh ideas. Here, individuals veer from the beaten route and investigate the strange, possibly even pondering an abrupt and significant life shift. Strong negative emotions can't always be dealt with methodically. Therefore, ISTJs may turn obstinate or reclusive, start blaming others, and become detached. Additionally, as ISTJs are more at ease with the known and practical aspects of life, emotions may seem hazy or uncertain to them. Number 2. ISFJ. ISFJs are frequently driven to take care of problems so that others can succeed out of a sense of service and concern for others. They are modest and respectful and prefer to work in the background, ensuring no crucial things are missed. An ISFJ frequently puts in long hours to make sure their family members are protected and secure. The inner critic who manifests as the ISFJ shadow is frequently passive-aggressive. The ISFJ perceives this voice as antagonistic and begins to harbor doubts. An ISFJ may feel stuck and engage in unfavorable self-reflection as a result of the shadow. Additionally, it may cause an ISFJ to become too judgmental and contemptuous of people, even those they care about a lot. Number 3. ESTJ. The realistic, no-nonsense attitude of ESTJs is well known. These people are rational, effective, and they value stability, order, and structure. They frequently assume leadership positions and take pleasure in pursuing concrete objectives. However, in their shadow side, ESTJs can exhibit dictatorial behavior. They could try to micromanage every area of their lives and exert control over others around them. They might also start to exhibit rigidity and resistance to change. Because they place such a great importance on consistency, anything that upsets it might be challenging for them to handle. They often get tight and uncomfortable while under stress. They have a strong need to get things done quickly, and anyone who interferes with them or interrupts them may make them irritable. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. ESFJ. ESFJs are renowned for their loving, caring personalities. These people take pleasure in helping others, and they frequently prioritize the needs of others over their own. They are typically polite and affable, yet they also have a straightforward and practical demeanor. ESFJs are empathetic, caring individuals who, at their best, encourage the greatest qualities in those around them. However, in their shadow side, ESFJs can turn needy and clingy. They could have a hard time accepting rejection or being alone themselves. They could also get too concerned in the issues and lives of other individuals. When someone deviates from their perception of what is proper or right, they can become rigid and judgmental since their principles are so vital to them. They might focus on all of their prior errors and become paralyzed by analysis. They frequently become preoccupied with logic and if their ideas make sense. They develop negative attitudes of themselves, become pessimistic, and worry about re-entering society. Number 5. INFJ. INFJs have strong interpersonal connections and are able to provide compassion and empathy to those in need. For themselves and those they want to assist, they use intuitive perceptions and hypersensitivity to handle difficult problems and challenges. An INFJ will intervene when difficulties occur, identify the root of the issue, work to heal conflict, and mediate peace. INFJs are outwardly aware but inwardly centered people who enjoy assisting and directing others. But INFJs may become less confident in their intuitive abilities and expertise when their shadow takes over and start to rely more on outside validation. Their inner voice becomes loud with uncertainty, remorse, and harsh criticism as a result of being overburdened and out of balance. INFJs may start to blame themselves and others for their failures and make unusual attempts to manipulate and intimidate others in order to gain control over them. INFJs tend to be more productive, which makes them more prone to become untrusting and drive others away. This can occasionally result in the notorious INFJ door slam. Already predisposed to linger, thoughts now shift to past suffering and trauma. Number 6. INFP. INFPs are passionate and perceptive, and they exhibit a warmth and tenderness that makes them simple to relate to. INFPs frequently try to act morally and prevent harm at all costs. They support others in expressing their own values and are passionate about causes near to their hearts. INFPs are prepared to offer words of encouragement or financial support since they are adamant about the value of potential and personal development. In their quest for completeness, INFPs find potential everywhere they look. They naturally express their creativity through music, literature, art, and other mediums. They strive to resolve disputes and have a strong sense of self. In the grip of their shadow, INFPs may rely too heavily on other people's judgment and even come to believe that they have lost their identity, something that is typically so readily available to them. As a result of their perplexity, individuals start to make snap decisions and rash realizations that may or may not be accurate. INFPs may become skeptical and alienated as a result of their shadow, which may cause them to act in a passive-aggressive or conflict-instigating manner that is contrary to their kind and compassionate nature. They can catch themselves using harsh language and saying things that are incredibly unpleasant and disparaging. Number 7. ENFJ. The emotions of those around them strongly worry ENFJs, and they frequently pick up on the emotional climate of the space they are in. They frequently have a keen sense of what people need and are capable of reading people extremely well. They are inspired to improve the lives of those around them by a passionate inner vision of how the world might be. In their shadow side, ENFJs can lose sight of their own needs because they are so preoccupied with other people's issues. In an effort to maintain order, they can try to exert control on people nearby. People typically feel stifled by the ENFJ's well-intentioned but overpowering attempts to control the situation, which frequently results in conflict. To get what they want, they could try to influence or control others around them. Additionally, they could be quite critical of people who they believe are upsetting the balance or are acting contrary to the group's beliefs. These ENFJs have a reputation for being social police who find it difficult to accept ideas that differ from their own. Number 8. ENFP. ENFPs are constantly searching for fresh perspectives and opportunities. They look for methods to enhance what currently exists because they instinctively sense potential in everything and everyone. For them, sincerity is essential, and they make an effort to be as open and sincere as they can with others. It's crucial for ENFPs to live by their own moral principles. However, when their need for originality and excitement isn't satisfied, the ENFP's shadow side can manifest. They may become restless, dispersed, and irritated when they are bored, anxious, or feel confined. They could act recklessly or impulsively without thinking about the repercussions. They'll become more agitated, impetuous, and easily distracted. A lot of the time, people experience constant distraction and struggle to concentrate. They can start being chilly, critical, and judgmental. Number 9. ISTP. ISTPs are rational but easygoing. Action-oriented but perceptive, they can use data and facts to examine situations and find solutions because they are keen observers. ISTPs thrive on difficulties and the flexibility to do whatever it takes to discover a solution. In their shadow side, ISTPs may have a pessimistic outlook on the future and distance themselves from or become aggressive toward loved ones. The ISTP's shadow may promote a profound sensitivity to criticism and a heightened awareness of how they are regarded by others. While withdrawing can help ISTPs focus in a trying situation, it may also hurt other people's feelings. Number 10. ISFP. ISFPs interact with the beauty in the world in a kind and friendly way. They value everything that is harmonious and beautiful since they are creative and artistic. ISFPs use their five senses to immerse themselves in the present. They are kind and willing to lend a hand, yet they also passionately appreciate their independence. In their shadow side, ISFPs may discover that their shadow is causing them to judge and accuse others, which is a significant break from their typically kind nature. An ISFP may respond in a dominating or dismissive manner if they perceive that others aren't doing their share of the work. Additionally, the ISFP shadow might result in reckless and risk-taking behavior, as well as an out-of-the-ordinary negative outlook on the future. Number 11. ESTP. ESTPs are frequently gregarious, vivacious, and flexible. This personality type is characterized by doers who can think on their feet and are always prepared to take action. They enjoy a fast-paced environment and are natural leaders. But in their shadow side, they are prone to acting rashly and impulsively. They could get caught up in the fun and activity to the point that they neglect their duties or the repercussions of their choices. When functioning at this level, individuals break promises or miss deadlines and make excuses rather than accept responsibility. They might change from being charming and cunning to being abrasive and demanding when interacting with people. Number 12. ESFP. ESFPs are gregarious, outgoing, and adventurous people. They want people to share in their desire to enjoy all the pleasures and thrills that life has to offer. They are astute observers of both their surroundings and people's conduct. Unfortunately, in their shadow side, they are capable of acting rashly and irresponsibly. They could act recklessly or make snap judgments without considering the repercussions. Unhealthy ESFPs change from being sympathetic and helpful to being selfish and manipulative, taking advantage of others. Number 13. INTJ. INTJs tend to act with drive and determination. They are clever and logical, confident and self-assured. They move forward with focus, rely on goal setting and organization, and typically have a backup plan readily available. INTJs are strategic, well-organized, and directed by their intuition. They have strong ideas about how things should be, and they seek for applications for their theories in real life. INTJs may experience overwhelming patterns and possibilities while their shadow is at play. They are prone to being overly analytical and insecure, overanalyzing every aspect of their goals and finding it tough to move on. INTJs' shadows may also cause them to doubt their intuition, which generally serves them so well. They might strive to find proof for their noble beliefs and ideas in the face of skepticism from both themselves and others. When under pressure, INTJs may exhibit protective, demanding, and dominating behaviors. Number 14. INTP. INTPs delve deeply into material by using theory and analysis. The observant and intuitive INTP is good at finding contradictions and finding solutions. They enjoy learning about the world and describing how it operates. INTPs are innovative thinkers who investigate novel ideas and new knowledge. INTPs frequently see ways to enhance already outstanding ideas, and INTPs are drawn to theories and insight and, in frequently endearing and funny ways, first strive to comprehend before moving on to explain. But the INTP's shadow might make them uncharacteristically direct, impatient, and even hostile. It is possible for INTPs to run out of their typically abundant reserves of tolerance and forgiving. They are more likely to feel judged all the time, doubt themselves, and blame others. They might therefore make snap judgments and try to exert control over others around them. When under the influence of their shadow, INTPs may even act recklessly and impulsively or engage in physical conflict. Number 15. ENTJ. Goal-oriented, analytical problem solvers who are ENTJs succeed at achieving objectives. They frequently possess the ability to comprehend the larger picture and devise original solutions to challenging issues. When in their prime, ENTJs are charismatic leaders who can persuade others to support their goals. But in their shadow side, they can start being tyrannical and deceptive. They may micromanage those around them or bulldoze over others' objections out of a need for control. Furthermore, unbalanced ENTJs may develop a workaholic personality who disregards their own emotional and physical requirements in favor of achieving goals. They might also develop a lack of patience, rigidity, and sensitivity to other people's needs. They could also have trouble accepting criticism or acknowledging when they are mistaken. Despite their desire for healthy connections, they risk becoming lonely due to their critical outlook and lack of compassion for others. Number 16. ENTP. Problem solvers and idea creators come naturally to ENTPs. They enjoy thinking creatively and coming up with novel solutions to problems. ENTPs are personable, resourceful, and self-assured at their finest. They have the amazing talent of seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. But when their demand for variety and contact isn't met, the ENTP's shadow side can manifest. They may become agitated, disorganized, and impatient when bored or stuck. It's possible for them to act rashly or take unwarranted risks. They might start acting fake, self-centered, and in manipulative ways. They frequently engage in pointless debate and relish dissecting other people's viewpoints in an effort to demonstrate their superior intelligence. At this stage of development, ENTPs are extremely indifferent to the emotions of others. However, an ENTP's combative demeanor usually masks a strong desire for connection and approval, which they may pursue in harmful ways. These videos will be really helpful for you.